Bottom of Dalet Amud Bet. The Gemara says, "V'she'ena gevoha asarat tefachim," that the Sukah has to be 10 tefachim tall. Minalan. I have no idea. Wait till after the daf. Wait till after we finish the daf. V'she'ena gevoha asarat tefachim. If it's not 10 tefachim tall, minalan, how do we know that the Sukah has to be 10 tefachim tall? Itmar, we learned. Rabbi Hanina, Rabbi Yohanan, Rabbi Habiba. And Matnu Bekulu said the Moed Kol Ki Aizuga Hiluf Rabbi Yohanan Ma'ali Rabbi Yonatan. Rashi says in Seder Moed, some whenever they say this quartet of rabbis, they switch the Rabbi Yohanan and they put in the Rabbi Yonatan. And they say, we learn it from the fact that Aron Tish'ah, the Kaporet Tefach. The Aron was going, the Kaporet was a Tefach Tov. Dichtiv, and it says, V'no'ati l'chasham. Hashem said He's going to meet us on top of the kaporet. V'dibarti techa me'ala kaporet. V'tanya. So that so far that doesn't teach anything to me. But we learn from Rabbi Yossi. V'tanya Rabbi Yossi Omer, Me'olam lo yarda shechina lemata v'lo alu Moshe ve'Eliyahu lamarom. The Shekhinah, even though it says Vayered or whatever, it never came down onto this earth. V'lo alu Moshe ve'Eliyahu lamarom. And Moshe and Eliyahu never went into Shamayim. How do I know that? Shneimar, Hashamayim, Shamayim la Hashem. No humans allowed. The Aretz Natan levnei Adam. Hashem doesn't come down there, right? So therefore, look in Rashi. V'tanya me'olam lo yarda shechina lemata v'kra ketiv da ala kaporet yarad. So the shechina was ala kaporet. Shma mina lemala me'asara mifsika reshuta. Must be that above 10 tefachim is a different reshut. That's called shamayim. And therefore, when you make a mechitza up to asara, that's a full reshut. You will mafsik the whole reshut. So therefore, the schach could be above that. That's right, Jack. That's it. That's what it says. So we say, Shnei Mara Shamayim Shamayim like it could be that not always is it like that. But that's the end of the reshut called Aretz. So above that, sometimes the Shamayim is there, sometimes it's not. But lower than that, it can't go.
What does that mean? There's no control of something?
No.
What does that mean? There's no
Shekhinah. The Hashla'at Shekhinah doesn't come down, meaning that now obviously Hashem is controlling V'lo Chol Haaretz Kivodo. But the Shekhinah, that level of Shekhinah that we're talking about never comes down. The Shekhinah that Hashamayim Shamayim LaHashem, that level never comes down under 10. So we say V'lo yarad, you're telling me that V'lo yarda Shekhinah lemata v'haketi vayered Hashem al har Sinai. Sounds like that the Shekhinah was mamash on the mountain. But the Gemara lemala ma'asara came down to the mountain, but it was lemala ma'asara. V'haketi v'amedu raglav bayom ha'u al har hazetim. Hashem in the day of Gog uMagog is going to stand on har hazetim lemala ma'asara above 10 tefachim.
In the first one. It's a glove on hard.
If the glove is you more, Albert.
Yeah, obviously that's why they brought it. After they brought it.
ולא עלו משה ואליהו למרום, והכתיב ומשה עלה אל האלוהים. Moshe went up to Hashem. למטה מעשרה.
How's that make sense? Hashem doesn't go down.
Wait, it gets better. So the Gemara says, והכתיב ויעל אליהו בסערה השמיים למטה מעשרה. Exactly what that means. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand. It's a big problem.
Maybe they met right.
They
met right at that point.
That's good for Moshe Rabbeinu. That's coming now.
She doesn't like the tirutz either.
והכתיב
No, he's telling you it's a tirutz.
No, Rashi's telling you don't read it straight.
Answer. It's not part of the question.
והכתיב ומשה עלה, והכתיב מאחז פני כיסא פשר זלב עננו, ואמר רבי תנחום מלמד שפירס שדי מזיו שכינתו ועננו עליו. Hashem spread the Shekhinah on top of Moshe, למטה מעשרה, meaning Moshe was below 10, and Hashem put the Shekhinah above 10, right on top of him.
So Hashem came down because he could go because the level of Hashem is still the 10th, but up there he could be there and he could give it to
I don't know what you're saying.
What's up?
Rabbi, what's
it? Tell me,
the Eliyahu Nabi.
Yeah.
שו מגיע השמיים, שו מגיע השמיים.
Not Yaakov's head.
בסולם.
The sulam can go where it
Yeah,
wants.
Shamayim, it's Asat Fahim, yani. It's not.
The sulam could go up to
No, but Rabbi,
no problem.
I have
Jack, but it doesn't mean that the shamayim is always at 10 tefachim. The lowest Hashem, lowest the shamayim is the 10 tefachim.
Yes, so if you
I have a question, Rabbi. How do we say Eliyahu and Navi that have never been to Shamayim?
I don't understand. Moshe was told than 10.
Right.
Rabbi, remember
Off the ground, though. No?
1 second.
10 over.
Let's read the next piece. So the Gemara.
One second, Rabbi, Eliyahu and Navi, we have a thing. I remember one. I don't remember which Gemara. Eliyahu and Navi was talking about him going over the Kevarot, and they said he's a Kohen. How could he be over the Kevarot? And they said he was flying over Adat Tevachim. That's why he was a Kohen and there was no Tumah and the whole thing. How do you make shiv with this one?
When you find me the Gemara, we'll talk.
No.
So the Gemara says, "V'amar bitanhum melamed she'v'anano alav lemata me'asara mikom makom me'aches penei kiseh ketiv." It says that he held on to the kiseh hakavod.
That's a question.
That's
So
a
the Gemara, ishtarbi ble kiseh ad asara. They lowered the kiseh exactly till 10. V'nakit be. Now l'chaora you have to say, now that he held on, was b'manav shach. If he's holding around the sides, it means that either the kiseh was lower or Moshe was higher. So I think that it means that he went like that. He palmed the kiseh. What?
It came down.
Moshe is 10 amot. I don't have an answer for that. Ishtarbi le kiseh ad asara
Yeah, he was lying
v'nakit
down on the
Bishlama Aron Tish'a.
We don't see the Shamayim Tahtonim, Shamayim Onim, Rabbi.
Say whatever you want. This is what the Gemara says. Bishlama Aron Tish'a. I know how I know that the Aron was 9. Dichtiv ve'asu Aron aseh shetim. Amatayim v'chesi yorko ve'ama v'chesi rochbo ve'ama v'chesi komato. Right? Ama v'chetzi. Ama is 6. Chetzi is 3. So that's 9. Ela kaporet tefach min alan. How do I know the kaporet's a tefach? Tetani Rabbi Chanina. Kol hakelim she'asa Moshe. Natna bahem Torah midat orkan. The Torah told you how long they were. Midat rochban, how wide they were. Umidat komatan, and how high they were. Kaporet, by the kaporet. Midat orka umidat rochban natna. Midat komata lo natna. The Torah told you how tall, how wide. The Torah told you how long. It didn't tell you how high it is. So how should I learn it? Se ulmad mi pachot shebekelim. Go learn from the smallest keli that the Torah gave a midah. Shene'emar ve'asita lo. Make for the shulchan. Misgeret tofach saviv. A misgeret that's a tefach around. Malehalan, just like by the misgeret of the shulchan. Tefach, it's a tefach. Afkan tefach. V'neilaf mi kelim gufayu. Why don't you learn from the kelim? Why are you learning from the misgeret? Learn from the kelim that it's 9 tefachim. Says the Gemara, tafasta merubeh lo tafasta. Tafasta mu'at tafasta. Look in Rashi. Kol davar shemashma'o merubeh mu'at. Anything you could take a lot or a little. Im tafasta ta mu'at. If you took the little, yafeh tafasta. You took good. Tebatzir mehachi lo mashma'. It can't be less than that. Ve'im yimatzeh shaya lecha letvosa merubeh. And if you were really supposed to take more, hareh hosifu lecha. So they gave you extra. But they didn't take away from what you had. But if you took more, lo tafasta, it's not clear that you grabbed. Maybe they meant for you to take less. So they're going to take away from what you had. That's what they mean, lo tafasta. They tell you, go take some candies. So if you take 2 candies, some for sure is 2. You go, you take 10. He says, no, I only meant you should take 3. Now you look like a thief. Right?
If you took less, they'll give you more. It's no problem.
If they want, they give you more. So the same thing over here. I know I have to learn it from a keli. Should I learn it from the bigger keli, smaller keli? If I learn it from the smaller keli, then I know that I'm right. Now when the Torah tells you, lo ba ela lefaresh, Torah is coming to them. If Torah didn't tell you how much, they must have meant to follow the rules of logic, which means take from the lesser one. Says the Gemara, V'neilaf mitzitz. You want small? Let's learn from the tzitz. The Tanya tzitz. Domeh kemin tash shel zav. It's like a plate of gold. V'rahav bet etzba'ot. It's 2 etzba'ot. Why?
This week's parasha.
Umukaf me'ozin le'ozin. It went around from ear to ear. V'katuv alav bet shitim. They wrote on it on two lines. Yud Hey Milamala. They wrote the Yud K on the top. Kodesh Lamed Lemata. They didn't want to write Kodesh LaHashem on the same. They wanted that the Shem Hashem should be higher. Some say it was just double lines, but so they wrote Kodesh Lamed on the bottom line and Hashem on the top line, on top. Tosafot says that some people say it was Kodesh LaHashem here, Kodesh La, and Hashem directly on top of that. But Tosafot says, he says that doesn't make sense. He can't. It's not readable. That's not called the Ketivah. So Tosafot says it was Kodesh Lamed and Yud Kei Vav Kei like that.
Little above. Not the same line, yani. Not the same.
Above on the side.
Above,
On the side.
but right to left. Right, so you can read it straight.
This, Rabbi.
Yeah, Kodesh. Tosfot says that some say like this, and he says Kodesh LaHashem. He says, "Rabbi, talking about Rashba, I don't know what it is." Okay, so we say, Rabbi, the Amar Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Yossi, Ani Reitiv Beromi. I was in Rome to be Mevatel the Gezerah. They let me into the bed. We had it in Yoma. Right, and they let me into the Bet Tutzar HaMelech Parochet to see what.
No, also the seat.
No, this was in Shabbat.
This was in Shabbat.
V'katuv alav Kodesh LaHashem b'shita achat. It was on one line. But either way, we see that the tzitz was 2 etzba'ot. So let's learn that the kapora was 2 etzba'ot instead of a tefach, which is 4 etzba'ot. Danim keli mi keli, ve'en danim keli mi tachshit. We learn a keli from another keli of the bayit, and not from a tachshit of the Kohen Gadol. V'neilaf mizer. Let's learn from the crown around the aron, or the crown around the shulchan. The amar mor zer mashu. The zer just had to be anything. So danim keli mi keli, ve'en danim keli mehechsher keli. We learn a keli, a functional keli, from a functional keli. Ve'en danim keli mehechsher keli.
Scared it was a real keli?
Miskeret is a functional part of the keli. What?
Is the Aron even a keli?
No,
The keli to hold the what's it called? The aron is karka.
it's a box.
It's a box. And the kaporet is a cover. It's functional. Now the question: Hachi misgeret nami hechsher keli. It's just a decorative part of the keli. So we answer misgarto lemata haita. The misgeret was below the level of the shulchan. The shulchan itself, if you read the Pesukim, the shulchan refers to the piece of wood that's on top of that forms the tabletop. The tabletop. And then you had legs of the tabletop and the misgeret of the tabletop. So if the misgeret is underneath, so then it's part of the structure of the frame. Look in Rashi, he says, Lemata haita.
What is it made of?
From it. Bring that Chumash, the one that has Parashat Terumah, the new set. Right? Right here, sir. Right? Lemata haita meregel, regel haita netuna berosham. It was on the top of the, what's it called? V'daf shulchan munach alav. So it was there to hold the top of the shulchan. That's good. If you put the misgeret underneath, so it's a functional part of the shulchan. Here. Here. He has 2 shita. One says the misgeret is on top. You see? So according to that, it's like a lip around the shulchan, and then it's not really functional. It's more decorative. And here's the misgeret with the zed on top. The other opinion says the misgeret is like this, from leg to leg, and then you put the shulchan on top. According to that, it's a functional part of the shulchan. So if you say misgarto lemata, then it's functional. Says Gemara Hani leman da amar misgarto lemata haita. Elo leman da amar misgarto lemala haita. Rashi says it's mahloket in masechem menachot. My equal meimar. So why should you learn from? Why should you learn from the misgeret? Because it's not a tachshit. And learn from the one, not from the zed. Learn from the misgeret. They're both tachshitim. Says Gemara Ela tavnin davar shenatna bo Torah midah midavar shenatna bo Torah midah. V'al yochi chutzitz vezer shelo natna bahem Torah midah klal. Says by the kaporet, the Torah gave you 2 out of 3 midot. By the misgeret, the Torah told you it's a tefa. So those are both things that have a midah. If you're going to learn it from the zeh, the Torah gave no midah for that. It's not proper to learn it's something that the Torah gave no midah, to something that the Torah gave some of the midot.
That it's mashu, or
What?
there's no limud.
No pasuk. The Torah didn't give a midah. Whereas over here, the Torah gave a midah. Written pisukim in the Torah.
By the seas?
By the misgeret, the Torah gave a midah. The tzitz, the Torah didn't give a
I don't know
midah.
that tzitz should be two spells.
Doesn't say. Look in the pisukim, it doesn't say anything. So the Gemara says, Ve'ema. So Rav Huna Amar Mehacha Al Penei HaKaporet Kedma says that they should sprinkle the dam Al Penei HaKaporet Ve'em Panim, if it has a panim Pachot Mitefa, less than a tefa. Ve'ema, so it has to be like a face. The smallest face of a person, Rashi says, is a tefa. Ve'ema Ke'ape de Bar Yochni, maybe it's like the face of a Bar Yochni. Rashi says Bar Yochni is a bird that had big eggs that destroyed cities.
Wow. Destroyed cities, bombs. F-16.
Shishim krachim.
The tanin,
Shishim krachim v'shibla shishim arazim. Wow.
We saw that somewhere.
That's like monster.
Where
That's
did
like
you see that?
fantasy.
Where did you see that?
That's like when you read the fantasy book. It's a pterodactyl. Maybe it's a pterodactyl.
Okay, so the Gemara says,
Dinosaurs.
Tafasta merube lo tafasta, tafasta mu'at tafasta.
Same.
Ve'ema ke'aped de tziporta de zutar tuva.
Very small.
Maybe like the face of a bird that's very small. Amar Rava Haber Yaakov, Rav Huna pene pene gamar. He learns pene pene gizera shava. So therefore, ketiv hacha el pene hakaporet. Ketiv hata me'et pene Yitzchak aviv. Yitzchak is a person. The kaporet needs to be learned from the smallest face of a person. The smallest face of a person.
Wow,
is a
pene kaporet pene Yitzchak.
Says Gemara. What?
Look how big your face is.
So
There's
Gemara.
no skinny people that have skinny faces.
Gemara says, "V'neilaf mipanim shel ma'ala." Your face is not a tefach. A child is a tefach. V'neilaf.
This way or it's this way?
Why? V'neilaf.
More than that.
That's why we're not talking about your face. We're talking about a kid's
the
face.
minimum he's saying.
Baby. V'neima panim shel ma'ala. Also, it's a wild question. I mean, panim of Hashem. Dichtiv kirot pnei Elohim v'tirtzeni. Says no, tafasta merube lo tafasta. Tafasta mu'at tafasta.
And there's no shiur for Hashem's face.
What are they going to do then?
That's why you can't compare because there's no shiur over there also.
What would you have done? Let's say we did. Let's say we
Hashem
said
doesn't have a
okay.
shiur, also there's no shiur.
Let's say we said okay. Well, what was the suggestion? Tzitz to the Shammai? What are you going to do?
I don't know. Not the
Not
tzitz, the
tzitz, sorry.
kaporet.
Kaporet.
V'neilaf mikruv.
No, disqualify the idea of penny.
Maybe.
There's no shiur.
V'neilaf mikruv. Learn from a kruv. Dichtiv ela kaporet yihiyu penei hakerubim. Amar Rava Haber Yaakov gemiri. And penei kerubim pechot mitefach. The face of the kruv wasn't less than a tefach.
How do we know? How do we know that?
What?
How do we know that?
It's gemiri. We have a masoret.
If they were big.
Rav Huna nami mehacha gamir. Rav Huna learned from the kruv, from penei keruv, which was the tefa.
Who?
See, in the Havamina he says penei keruvim was less than a tefa, and now he says no, it's a tefa, and he learned penei from the keruv. Umay keruv, Amar Rabbi Abu keravya. It's a child. Shekem beBavel korim liyenuka Ravya. They call the child Ravya. Says the Gemara, Amar le Abaye, Ela me'ata. If that's the case, the kruv is a child. Dichtiv penei ehad by the kiruv, by the hayot. It says penei ehad penei hakiruv, upenei hasheni penei adam. How could it be? Hare kruv is a person.
It's not a
Hainu
baby.
kiruv, hainu adam. So we answer, Ape Ravre ve'ape Zutre. One is the big face, the Penei Adam. It's an adult. One is Ape Zutre, is a child.
So the baby is down there and the adult is up there?
No, they're both up there.
On the Kirubim, they're both.
Umimai, not the Kirubim. The
The
Kirubim up in
Kirubim of the
Shammai.
Shammai.
Fine, yeah.
Umimai de halala asara. So now that you tell me that the kaporet
There's one.
the kaporet is 1. So now I have 10. I have 9 and 1. And that's my de halale asara bar mesechicha. How do you know that the inside has to be 10 besides for the schach? Maybe it's including the schach. All I'm learning is that it has to be the same size of the aron. But how do I know that it has to have the
schach
has
like
to be above the 10?
The schach would be like the kaporet, like the same with kaporet.
I don't think you have to say that. Rashi seems to say that. Kivan de me'aron v'kaporet yalfat asara mimay de halala asara levad mi'ovi sechecha tilma behadi sechecha ki aron v'kaporet. Says the Gemara, Ema ela mi bet olamim gamar. We learn it through the Bet HaMikdash. Dechtiv ve'abayit asher bana Shlomo HaMelech Shlomo LaHashem 60 ama orko, 60 amot long, 20 rochbo, 20 wide, ו30 ama komato, was 30 amot tall. Dechtiv, and then it says, komata kruva echad. This is not the kiruvim on the aron, but the separate kiruvim that Shlomo HaMelech built, and he had them draping on top of the aron, right? Komata kruva echad 10 ba'ama, v'chen hakruva sheni. So the kiruvim were 10 tall. V'tanya, mamas 10 amot. V'tanya, mamasinu bebet olamim kiruvim b'shlish habayit 10 omdim. Just like in the Bet HaMikdash, the final height of the kiruvim was 10 amot, a third of the 30 height. Mishkan Nami Kiruvim B'Shlish Habayit En Omdim. The Kiruvim on top of the Aron.
He built Kiruvim in the Bet HaMikdash?
Yes.
Didn't we see in Yomah that you're not allowed to do more than one?
We saw it in Masechah in the Chumash, but Shlomo had an exception, right? B'Shlish Habayit En.
Last week's speech.
En Omdim Mishkan Kameha ve'Ezer Amot. The Mishkan is how tall? 10 Amot. Tichtiv Ezer Amot Orech HaKarish. Kamahave lehu, how much is that? Shitin pushche, 60 tefachim. Tilte kamehave, how much is a third of 60 tefachim? Esrim pushche, 20 tefachim. Tefach. Dal asara de aron v'kaporet, take away the 10. That the aron and the kaporet are pashuluhu asara. You have 10 tefachim left. So how tall are the kiruvim? 10 tefachim. Uchtiv. והיו הקירובים פורסי כנפיים למעלה, שוחחים בכנפיהם על הכפורת. So the kiruvim spread their wings on top, and it was sochech on the kaporet. Karya Rahmana, sichecha למעלה מעשרה. So we see that above 10 is considered sechach, and the Sukah needs to have sechach. Says the Gemara, Mimai de Gadfayu, Ilavere Shayu Kaimi. How do you know that the wings of the kiruvim were above their heads, and therefore you have a halal asara underneath the wings? Maybe the wings of the kiruvim were equal to their heads, and therefore the halal of the sukkah doesn't have to be a full 10. Could be less than 10. Says the Gemara, lemala ketiv. It says above. He has a picture over here. You see over here, they have it's like exactly above the head, 10 tefachim.
Where's it? Like spears.
Right?
So to leave a halal asara. To show
oh, lemala. Right? Dilma lemala tuva. Right? Ema de midli tuva. Maybe it was very far up. Miketiv lemala, don't say very high. Lemala, right on top. Hanicha, this limud is good. Let it be meir. The Amaru said, "Kol amot hayu benoniot." He says all the amot in Mishkan were 6. Rashi says, why are they benoniot? Because there's a smaller amah for the mizbeach, which was 5, and then there's the bigger amah that they used in the building. It says there were 2 amot in Shushan Abirah. One was 6 tefachim, was 6 and 2 etzvaot. So he says that the benoni, the amah of 6 tefachim. So then the aron, it comes out the aron, no, whatever. The aron is 9, and the kaporet is a tefach is 10. Subtract 10, and you have 10. Ela l'Rabbi Yehuda da amar amar shel binyan shishat tefachim v'shel kelim hamisha. He says the building was 6 tefachim in amah. And the kelim they used in amah 5 tefachim, like 10. We learn from today's haftarah ha'amah v'tofach. My ika lemeimar. What are you going to come out? Comes out aron v'kaporet kamehavi lehu t'manya opalga. The aron is an amah and a half, is 7.5. plus the kaporet is a tefach is 8.5. The keruvim are still at 20 tefachim because they're shlish habayit.
So you have 12,
right?
11.5.
So now you have pashulu hatzre upalga. Ema Sukah adahavi hatzre upalga. Maybe Sukah has to be 11.5. Ela Rabbi Yehuda hilchita gemirila. According to Rabbi Yehuda, it's a halacha l'Moshe misinai that a Sukah has to be 10. Ta'amar bichi, what? Ta'amar bichi bar Ashi. Amarav shiurin hatzitzin umchitzin halacha l'Moshe misinai.
Okay, which tefach?
What?
Which tefach? As halacha l'Moshe misinai.
Oh, there's no two tefachs.
No. So what's?
There's two amot.
Oh, it's that.
Different amount.
Says the Gemara, halacha, shiurin deoraita ninu. What are you telling me, shiurim halacha l'Moshe misinai? Lechaora shiurim halacha from the Torah pasuk. Dechtiv it says eretz chita useora vegefen vetena v'rimon eretz zet shemen udvash. V'amar Rav Hanin kol hapasuk hazeh leshiurim ne'emar that the Torah is praising Eretz Yisrael. That even the midot of the Torah need to be estimated with the perot of Eretz Yisrael. Chita lebayit hamenuga. The Tanan we learned hanichnas lebet hamenuga. If somebody goes into a house that has sarat, so Rashi tells us that you only tameh if you ba'il habayit. If you mitameh, in order to be mitameh begadim, you have to be ochel babayit, and it doesn't mean ochel; it means mishaheh babayit shiur achila. So it says v'kelav on ketefav v'sandalav v'tabeotav biyadav. If he's carrying his clothes on his shoulder or in his hands, hu v'hentem imiyad, because they're all considered ba'al habayit, ba'el habayit, coming into the house. Hayalavush kelav v'sa. He was wearing his clothes. V'sandalav b'raglav v'tabeotav b'etzbeotav. He's wearing them, so they're not called ba'el habayit because they're an accessory to him. Hu tameh biyad. V'hen tehorim, they're tahor al sheyashebech de'achila pras. Until you wait the time it takes to eat a pras, which is pat chitim, what kind of bread? Of wheat bread, lo pat zeorim, because pat zeorim takes time. Neseh ve'ochel b'liftan. So I see that chitim is coming for a shiur. It's not halacha l'Moshe misinai. We'll see more tomorrow.